Hi everyone, you're welcome to another episode on the Inside Life and Godliness channel. My name is Zara Ihama, and you're welcome to this channel where we talk on faith and lifestyle. So, you guys, I wanted to be working and just give something that was impressed in my heart, but it's almost impossible for me to multitask. So, let's just talk about it and I can go back to what I wanted to do. I wanted to do all those videos that you'll be working and talking at the same time to your people, and it just feels like you're having a conversation. But I'm so sorry, I don't know how to do it. I would be distracted. I either only talk or only do what I wanted to do. So let's just let's just talk briefly about what I wanted to share with you. My mom clocked a new age some days ago, and while thinking about being her child and everything that we have gone through, just the blessedness of being her child, I thought about how it was almost impossible. There was no way in the world that if I was given the option to choose somebody to be my mother, there was no way, there was no wisdom I was going to use to choose my mother. And still, in in all of that, God somehow, in his divine providence and wisdom, made it in such a way that I would be the child that my mother would give birth to. And she has been like the best mother anyone can ask for, not just to me, but to everyone that is around her. Like, I'm proud to say that when they say, you people are always celebrating Mother's Day, that your mothers are kind, who are those mothers that are in police stations? Who are those wicked mothers that are in admin blocks? I can proudly say that my mom is not part. I can proudly say that my mom is selfless, not just to us, but to everyone. So I was just reflecting on all of that. And I remember writing her a wish. And in that wish, I talked about how providence and divine wisdom kind of made it that I had to be the child that she would give birth to. And it made me think about, God's leading, even as a person here on earth, God's wisdom, and how God leads his children, how God guides his children, how God directs our paths. And it's interesting because in everything that we do on earth, uh you would always know that the sovereignty of God is at play in our lives, right? And God's wisdom is at play in our lives, regardless of the circumstances you pass through or the challenges you pass through. I look at my life 6 years back, 7 years back, and I look at certain decisions that I made, or certain, aside the decisions I made, the way I stumbled into certain things without knowing, they just happened. And in everything that just happened, in a way, you can see that God worked through them. God worked through them to make me whatever I am today. Do you understand my point? to to everything has some sort of come together to bring me to this particular phase of my life. And so for that, I'm eternally grateful. And at the same time, I'm hoping to hang on to those testimonies, onto those things that I've seen from 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 4 years ago, to bank on the trustworthiness of God. Because then again, it's very easy to forget all of these things that, okay, 5 years ago you were in a mess, but br- God somehow brought you out of it. 6 years ago, your problem was how you wanted to pass your 200 level or 300 level exam. But look at you today. That is even the least of your problems. And God somehow saw you through that. Those challenges that you were having then, they are not things that you're having now. So you see that step by step, gradually, lines upon lines, God has a way of leading us. God has a way of directing us. God, in his wisdom, has a way of guiding us in a path that we should follow. And at the end of that path, as long as you're genuine with him, as long as you're sincere with him, he would surely bring you to an expected end. So sometimes, right, I just want to say that sometimes the picture might not even be so clear. You don't have a clear picture of what is going to be in front of you, but you trust God because scripture says that as many that are led, they are the sons of God, right? You trust God per I don't say, is it per leg now or per step you take? You trust God per season you take, per season that you find yourself in, you trust God. And you just see at the end of the day, when you look back at it, you'll be like, oh wow, at the end of this thing, God came through and God saw me through. So there's another scripture to hold to heart is Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. So God always has the God has the capacity to lead us, and God is always there trying to lead us. So yes, you might not see the full picture, but just trust God to lead you because God is all wise. I'll end this video with this scripture. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, lean not on your own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge the Lord, and he shall direct your path. So God is all wise. Trust him to lead you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.